morning children, welcome back once again, and today we are going to continue with geography lesson 4, weathering and soil formation, part 1, part 2. Part 1 I have already done children, and now the second part we will talk about rocks, that is page 49. All of you know what a rock is? Rock is what? Rocks are actually large masses of earth surface which is hard to touch and see. They are very hard in nature and it is solid. So let us see why rocks are important. Rocks play an important part in geography. Rocks make up most of the solid materials of the lithosphere. So as we have done in the previous part of this chapter, that is part 1, we learnt about the 3 components of the earth, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So this rocks, that is a part of the lithosphere, and lithosphere is the topmost part of the earth's surface. So it is here we find the rocks. They are solid material, huge masses of solid material. The substances of which rocks are made are called minerals. Rocks are made of minerals, different types of minerals. Thus, rocks are aggregate of minerals and have no definite chemical composition. Means you can find different types of mineral in rocks, but it does not have a definite composition. You may find some mineral more, some less. So, in this way, rocks are formed. Some rocks contain metals in large quantities which can be extracted economically. Such rocks are called ores. So as I told you, the composition of rocks are not in balance, or you may say it does not hold a proper composition, but it may be more or less. In particular rock you may find some mineral more, in another rock you may find it less. So accordingly there are some rocks which has metals in it, means the composition of metals are more in some rocks in large quantities, and those rocks are known as ores, where you find metals in large quantities, and these metals can be extracted from different forms, and so such rocks are known as ores. One of them example is iron ore. All earth materials consist of rocks and minerals. So according to the definition, a mineral has a definite chemical composition with its own chemical and physical properties. So this is known as what is a mineral. Importance of rocks. Now we come to know why rocks are important. Rocks are of great importance. How it is important? First point is, rocks are used for building material. Second, rocks are rocks on disintegration break up into fine particles which form soil. Soil is essential for growing crops. So it is the rock which disintegrates, which breaks up into small particles, and then they become soil by the process of denudation, that is breaking up through internal and external forces. So ultimately these rocks, they turn up into soil, and we all know soil is very important for growing crops. Rocks supply raw materials for manufacturing industries. So rock is also important for manufacturing industry, as it is the raw material. It is also used in building also. Rocks supply precious metals like gold and silver and used for making jewelry. So from rocks, because rocks have different types of metals in it, different minerals in it. So all these minerals are found in rocks. So even we find silver and gold, precious metals from that rock only, which is used for making jewelry. Now we come to the second part, that is types of rocks. So there are 3 types of rocks. The first one is known as igneous, the second is known as sedimentary rocks, and the third one is known as metamorphic rocks. Now let's see how these words, from where they have got these names. So types of rocks. On the basis of the formation, rocks are classified into 3 types, that is igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Now first we will study of That is, first one is igneous rocks. So in Latin, the word igneous means fire. So the word igneous is made up from a Latin word which means ignis. This is derived, it is formed from the word ignis, which means fire. So we get the word igneous from a Latin word ignis, which means fire. So let us see how the igneous rocks are formed. In Latin word, igneous means fire. Igneous rocks were formed as the molten magma solidified either inside the earth or on the surface of the earth. Igneous rocks are the parent rocks of other rocks and are made up of 85% of the earth's crust. So we are talking about the formation of igneous rocks. As igneous, the word igneous means fire. So the origin of igneous rock is from the molten lava which comes out from the eruption of volcanoes. So when the volcanoes erupt, the hot molten lava which comes, that is magma, which comes from inside the earth, it comes out. When it comes out, anything which is hot, when it cools down, it solidifies, it becomes solid. So when that molten magma comes out, and from the surface where it spreads, that part, when it settles down and becomes cool and solid, in that way the igneous rocks are formed. So the source of formation of the igneous rock is fire. It is hot. It is formed from the hot molten lava which erupts from the volcanoes. That is why it has got the name igneous, means the origin is from fire. Igneous rocks are also known to be the parent rock because other two rocks, that is sedimentary and metamorphic rocks, they are formed from this igneous rock. So this is said to be the parent rock. And in this igneous rocks are also divided into two parts. The types of igneous rocks are divided into two. Another two types of igneous rocks are intrusive or extrusive. So the two types of igneous rocks are known as intrusive or extrusive. Now what is intrusive? Intrusive rocks were formed at some depth in the earth's crust when the molten material, that is magma, solidified under great pressure, resulting in the formation of rocks. For example, granite. So intrusive rocks were formed with great pressure and beneath, in the depth of the earth, inside the earth. So the formation is internal and it has been formed from the molten material, that is magma, which solidified under great pressure inside the earth. So this is how the intrusive igneous rocks are formed internally inside the earth with the pressure of under great pressure where the molten material magma solidifies. Example of intrusive rock is granite. And extrusive is from up, external. Intrusive, internal, which formed inside due to great pressure. And extrusive means from above, external. Extrusive rocks were formed by the pouring out of magma, the lava which came outside, means it is outside the surface of the earth, on top, either through volcanoes or through cracks and crevices. They cooled rapidly and solidified on the earth's surface. So extrusive igneous rocks were formed on the surface of the earth, that is outside. It was external. The hot magma, the lava, it came out from different openings like the vent of the volcano or through cracks and crevices. Wherever it got the opening, it came out. That hot magma came out and it solidified on the surface of the earth after cooling down, and in this way this rock of the igneous rock was formed. This is intrusive inside and extrusive outside. In this way these two types of igneous rocks were formed. Igneous rocks are generally very compact and do not wear out easily. Example is basalt, granite, feldspar, pumice, etc. The ores of metals which are valuable to man are generally associated with igneous rocks. So, in simple language, the igneous rocks are said to be the most important rock. That is why it is known as parent rock, because most of the things, minerals and metals which is of use to mankind is found from this igneous rocks or rock only. And igneous rocks are by nature or from the physical appearance, it is said to be very compact, it's very hard and it does not wear off easily, means uh, it is not so much quickly subjected to the weather conditions, that is tearing away or weathering of the rock, because by nature it is very compact and solid. Now the second one we come is sedimentary rocks. So from where do we get the name sedimentary? Sedimentary comes from the word sediments, and that means when something deposits, something which accumulates, something which deposits. From that word we get the word sedimentary, sediments which settles down somewhere. Sedimentary rocks, these are formed from sediments accumulated over a long period in seas, lakes, rivers and glaciers. So the sediments, the accumulation of the small particles, the sediments which break down from the rock, from the larger rocks, and they flow down the river from the mountains and come to the rivers, and then from on the river beds they settle down, they start depositing and accumulating in a particular area, and this process goes on for a long period of time. It is not a day or two, but it takes thousands of years for this formation, this type of rocks to form, that is sedimentary rocks. They are deposited in distinct layers or strata. So they get deposited in layers, slowly they get deposited in layers, and that layer is known as sediments, or in other word it is known as strata. Hence they are also called stratified rocks. So another name for sedimentary rock is also known as stratified rocks. They may contain waste products of older rocks which are broken down through the action of various agents of denudation such as wind, running water and glacier. So they are formed by the agents of denudation. As I told you, the breaking up of rocks, that is known as, this process is known as denudation, breaking process of the rock, and this is done through wind, running water and glacier that goes on continuously on the surface of the earth. Now over here also we have types of sedimentary rocks. As we had types of igneous rocks, that is intrusive and extrusive, in the same way we have types of sedimentary rocks. Pay attention to page 50. Sedimentary rocks are divided into three classes according to their formation. So as they are formed, they are classified accordingly. The first one, A, is mechanically formed sedimentary rocks, B, organically formed sedimentary rocks, and C is chemically formed sedimentary rocks. So let's see how sedimentary rocks are formed mechanically. These rocks contain the fragments of waste from, fragments means small parts. Fragments are when things break from a larger part into small bits. Fragments of waste from disintegration, that is breaking up of other rocks. The agents of denudation break them further and transport them to new sites where they are deposited and form new sedimentary rocks. So mechanically formed sedimentary rocks is where it is broken, the bigger rocks are broken into smaller fragments through forces of nature, that is wind and running water. When they break them into small pieces, and then these rocks they settle to other places. In this way, the sedimentary rocks which is formed in this way, when they break up mechanically through external force, they are known as mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. Example of the mechanically formed sedimentary rocks are sandstone, shale and clay. Second, B is organically formed sedimentary rocks. Organically formed sedimentary rocks are rocks that are formed from the decayed material of plants and animal life over a number of years. When they decay for thousands of years, then there is a chemical organic changes that takes place, and in that way the sedimentary rocks are formed, and hence they are known as organically formed sedimentary rocks. They consist of remains of marine animals and plants. They are also formed when the vegetation matter is buried and undergone changes, as I told you. Example, coal, petroleum or rock soil is the product of the decay of plant and animal remains. Other examples include limestone and coral. Now, chemically formed sedimentary rocks, as the word suggests, chemically means some chemical reactions when it takes place in these rocks, then this type of sedimentary rocks are formed. These include sedimentary rocks made by chemical processes such as a rock formed by direct chemical precipitation of mineral matters, that is gypsum and rock salt. They accumulate in salt lakes and lagoons through evaporation. So gradually precipitation is the evaporation part when it settles down. Some of these are arranged in layers and covered by stratified shales or sandstones. They are called chemically formed sedimentary rocks because the chemical changes that takes place in these rocks, it gives it a new composition and a new shape. So it is known as chemically formed sedimentary rocks, and the main process that takes place is the precipitation of the mineral matter present in the rock. Now the third one is metamorphic rocks. So metamorphic, the word metamorphic means change in form or transformation in form. That is why from that word change we have got the word metamorphic. Metamorphic means a transformation, a change. Metamorphic rocks. The term metamorphic is derived from the word metamorphosis, that means change of form. When igneous or sedimentary rocks are subjected to extreme temperature and pressure, they undergo complete change in form and characteristics features. Such rocks are called metamorphic rocks. So, metamorphic rocks, that is formed from the igneous and sedimentary rocks. So when the igneous and sedimentary rocks, they are subjected to extreme temperature and pressure, then what happens? A complete change, that is the sedimentary and igneous rocks, they completely change, means the physical appearance, the chemical appearance, they all change in these rocks and they become a new rock. Or the characteristics and the features in it, they all change and they completely become a new rock. That is why they are known as metamorphic rock. Though they are igneous and sedimentary rocks, but due to extreme pressure and temperature which they are subjected to, that makes them change their physical, chemical properties and characteristics, and they become a new rock in a form of metamorphic rocks. They are formed due to tectonic movements. So metamorphic rocks are formed due to tectonic movements. That is a movement that takes place inside the surface of the earth, inside. So that the changes are internal movements. It is formed due to tectonic movements, volcanic activity or heat and pressure. So the main how it is formed, it is subjected to the tectonic movement, volcanic activity, heat and temperature. These help in the formation of metamorphic rocks. Example of metamorphic rocks are limestone. One is limestone. Limestone is changed into marble due to the metamorphic changes. Clay and shales to slate. So see how limestone is changed due to the pressure and the heat which the rocks are subjected to. So how it is changing. From limestone, the metamorphosis, that the change in form is taking place, is that limestone is changing into marble, clay and shales are changing into slate, granite into gneiss, and basalt into schist, and coal into graphite. So these are the changes, the transformation of these rocks into a different rock. Valuable minerals such as gold and silver are associated with them. So in this metamorphic rocks also you find rocks that have gold and silver also. So they also contain valuable minerals also. So with this children, I stop over here. That is the rocks, types of rocks and their formation. We have done this much today in part 2. And the next class I will continue with part 3, that is soil formation. Till then, take care, stay safe and be healthy. Bye bye.